This morning's guest can open his home to 600 people, and he'll do it with a smile. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Reflections Bar at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes, home of the 8th annual Winter Gala for the Conway Medical Center Foundation. We're focused on the inn, and we're visiting with its Vice President, Axel Suray. Good morning, Axel.
Good morning, Greg.
Thank you so much for hosting us this morning and all week, kicking off the week with Jessica Sasser, and I think the CEO of the Medical Center, Phil Clayton, will be with us here tomorrow. Very exciting.
Well, and I'm delighted to be with you this morning.
Absolutely. What about this Reflections Bar? I guess you know every nook and cranny of the entire facility, don't you?
I do, and I know what's behind the nooks and crannies too. I've been here for over 2 years, and of course I was here doing the construction.
Right.
So I saw it before the walls were closed up, and I'm just tickled pink. It's a great building.
You joined the Burrs and Chapin Company before the inn actually opened.
Correct, yeah. I came in actually in January. And just about on my 2-year anniversary.
Right at your 2-year anniversary. Wow,
yes.
How exciting, yeah.
And it's been a wonderful journey, yeah.
Very definitely. It's amazing. For viewers who may not have been to the inn or actually visited, if you were given directions or given an idea of where it's located, what's the easiest way, either from the airport or otherwise?
Well, from the airport, travel north on bypass 17, and we are just behind 82nd Street. And as a matter of fact, as you come up, you can't miss us.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful building on your left, and it stands out. And just drive on in. It's open to the public, and come and visit us. You'll like it.
That's right. You'd almost think it's not open to the public when you
Right.
pull up. It's so beautiful. And of course, a lot of folks are familiar with the Carolina Opry. Our viewers in the PD and southeastern North Carolina, you're not far from the Carolina Opry and Dixie Stampede. As you say, really between 82nd Parkway and the Carolina Opry area.
Right.
You were the entrance to the Grand Dunes.
There you go.
Right.
And we're adjacent to the marina and the waterway. And
Yes.
It's a beautiful setting.
How about that Ruth's Chris that's going to be opening pretty soon? That's a pretty exciting neighbor to have here.
Absolutely. We are excited. They're going to open, I think the middle of March is the target date.
That's great.
We just think it's going to be a great addition to the Marina Inn.
And the marina itself, are you a water fan, Axel?
I am.
You like the water?
You probably heard something about me. Yes, I love the water. I love to go walking by the water. I love to be in the water. And that's what makes Myrtle Beach such a perfect spot for me.
It is. Yeah. It is. Absolutely. Did you ever imagine when you started in the hospitality and this industry, caring for others, that you would end up on the Grand Strand?
No.
Never, oh, wow.
But
good.
I'm happy.
We'll get you on the spot.
I am really... Actually, it never really dawned on me that I would come to the South, really.
Right.
And, but it's such a wonderful experience, and I love it here. And, as you probably know from my resume, I was in Colonial Williamsburg for about 6 years. And when I left Colonial Williamsburg to open a new company in Washington, D.C., while I enjoy the nation's capital, I think it's a great spot.
Right.
But it's the hustle and bustle. And so when Burrs and Chapin asked me to come to Myrtle Beach, that was really a win-win.
Right.
It was an easy decision to make. My wife and I just said, well, when do you want us to be there? So.
And you've been at some big facilities, reading about you there in Los Angeles and Asia for a long time. But real quick about yourself, are you originally from the States?
You can probably
You've got a little bit of an accent. There are a lot of accents on the Strand.
I was born and raised in Germany, educated in Germany, and spent some time in Switzerland and Italy, and then spent about 15 years in Asia.
15 years in Asia right after leaving Germany.
Correct. And spent some time in Thailand, in South Korea, Hong Kong, Philippines, and then, boy, this goes back a long way.
Sorry to date you.
No, it's just Westin Hotels.
Westin.
And I spent 15 years with Westin Hotel, which is
that
now
right?
known as Starwood Hotel. Came into South Korea and bought out a hotel company that I was working for at the time. And then actually, Westin asked me to come to the United States.
Great.
And I came with my wife and daughter, and we opened actually a hotel in Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's pretty easy to fall in love with Colorado. Skiing, the mountains, and that was it. And we stayed.
Were there any Any key aspects of the Weston and working with the Weston family that really stick out in your mind that helped you become what you are today?
Well, Weston, when I joined them, was very much a luxury diamond type company.
Across the board.
And that really has been my background ever since my training days in Europe. And so that was really a good fit for me, and I enjoyed the affiliation, and I enjoy the 4-diamond, the service aspects. I'm a great believer that really, in the end, it's really about the interaction between our staff and the guest and the service that's being rendered. And in my mind, that is always the winner. And you know, we are really in the business of creating memorable occasions.
Good, yeah.
And really, when you think about it, now, there are certainly buildings that stand out that you want to go back and things.
Right.
But really, when you think back, it's really your interaction with other people, you know, where you really had a good time and somebody took care of you either. And, you know, I remember things like we have people in hotels that sometimes get taken ill.
That sometimes get what?
Taken ill.
Taken ill,
yeah, have a
sure.
cold or something, nothing serious. And we send up hot chicken soup.
Oh, yeah.
And people just sort of remember it and say, wow, that was unexpected, it was incredible, helped me get better, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's even here at the Marina Inn.
Of course, you know, we really go
This is out of Axel's head, this is
all the time.
Right. How exciting. Do you remember the first property you said you're training in Europe at obviously working in luxury hotels there in Europe? What was that training? Do you remember the first property and what it was about it that said, this is a career I want to make? I mean, obviously, I assume you had multiple opportunities of going into at an early age, but what was it about that first property that said, this is what I want to do? Or was it not? Or was it something else?
There's some real memories here now.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
I do remember it. Actually, it was in Switzerland, in Zermatt, which is a mountain resort. And, and really, what springs to my mind was when I first arrived, said, do this, do that, do this better, this isn't clean enough. Smile. Be happy.
Show those teeth.
And you know, I guess in the beginning it was really kind of hard and difficult. But you sort of get into that mold, and the feedback, the customer feedback, I think constantly reinforces that behavior. Customer likes it. You get good feedback. You say, oh, this is a good thing. You do more of it. You get more feedback, and you know, before you know it, you sort of say, well, I think I fit into this. This is what I want to do. And for me, it was a really, you know, it was a great thing.
Any mentors that really stick out in your mind over those years, whether they're in Switzerland or in Thailand or in other parts of Asia, some man or woman who said, you know, in doing just that, clean up, do that, do it differently, or on another global scale, anyone that really sticks out?
Actually, I've been very fortunate in my life to have had a couple of great mentors, you know. When I was ready to jump off the train and said, oh, it's enough, people said, nah, look, you're on the right path. You just got to give it a little more time. Stick with it. Do this, do that. Been very, very fortunate. And as a matter of fact, to this day, I talk to some of my mentors.
Is that right? Good.
Yeah, and of course, you know, now they take
encourage
pride
them to come visit you.
I always encourage them to come visit me because I'm so proud to be here. And
you've got to be.
So happy to be.
Is your wife or daughter in the same industry, Axel?
No, actually, my wife is in accounting.
She's an accountant. Good. So she helps you stay on top of things.
Yeah, she helps me to make sure I cross the T's and dot the I's.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
And my daughter still is going to university, studying medicine. Actually, she is in Williamsburg still. So
is that right? She stayed up in
there
Virginia
to finish her studies, and but you know, she comes down on a pretty regular basis. So happy to always
enjoy to visit Dad down here. Yeah, Mom and Dad, excuse me, come see you all down here. How exciting! In right at 2 years now, and of course to see the Marina Inn opened in, is it November of 06?
That's correct.
06, okay. And of course Jessica Sasser was with us early in the week and highlighted this was the Winter Gala here last January. It was one of the first big events. It helped really kick off y'all's successful entree leading into last summer's big season, I'm sure.
It was definitely, it was one of the big first events that we hosted. And I look back at it thinking, wow, we pulled it off. Because, the first big event we had was actually B Square, which was the opening night.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, there was a lot of rallying around going on.
Oh, yeah, a lot of locals there as well, sure.
It was wonderful, though. And then, of course, we had New Year's Eve. We always do a big party, and you know, we hope that the local community always joins us, as they did this past year and the year before. And then the hospital event. and that was a huge success.
Yeah.
And well, it was all hands on deck. I mean,
Right.
we needed all of our hands,
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody rose to the occasion. And I know it was a huge success, and it's nice to host them again here.
The summer season really, I mean, the season really gets heavy about when, Axel, and it slowed down a little bit. Obviously, right now it's a wonderful time, and last Thursday with all of the presidential candidates in the area, and a lot of folks, I'm sure, flooding the hotel. I'm just glad we weren't here last week. It would have been a madhouse in here.
You should have been here.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Really? Yeah, I bet.
The season for us really breaks down into several different parts. And
Okay.
like this time of year, we do a lot of group business, corporate groups, associations. And then we start next month in February, March, April, we'll do a lot of golfing groups. And then come the summer months, of course, we do a lot of families and things, for the beach. And then we go back into the group business.
So the inn is already staying busy on a regular basis.
Actually, we're very fortunate. And the customer support and feedback has really been phenomenal.
Really? Yeah.
You know Myrtle Beach better than I do. And Myrtle Beach, I think, is a great destination.
Yeah, of course.
Lots and lots of things to do, from Brook Green Gardens to
Absolutely.
Broadway on the beach.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows the Strand. 50 miles of pure white sands. It's a beautiful spot. So come here and you're going to have a good time. And I think there is a lot of people that really appreciate Myrtle Beach.
Very definitely,
So-
very definitely. Beginning to end, that's right. And of course, we hear oftentimes about the AAA 4-diamond rating, of which you, the Marriott over there, the Grand Dunes, one of your sister properties, I guess, and of course the Cypress Inn in Conway. Are you all the only 3 here in the county
Correct. Yeah.
with that 4-diamond status? What does it take to get that? For viewers who may not be familiar in the significance of that, I think you shared off camera that it's a lot more than just AAA or Mobile or anyone else. It's a lot more than that. But share with viewers, give them a sense of what it took to attain the 4-diamond status.
It really takes a lot of effort on behalf of every one of our team members.
Right.
Really, there can be no shortcomings at any time. There are some criteria that you have to have, like 24-hour room service. You can't close the front door at midnight and say, here's a key. I mean, service is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week thing.
So if I pulled up to the front after midnight, or any of the side doors even, it's ready. Wow.
Well, some of the side doors we close off for
Okay,
security
sure.
reasons.
Just come
because,
into the front, right.
we really, there's the service part that we balance with the security for
Right.
our guests. And
Good point.
gotta make sure that they're all in sync.
Yeah.
But those are some of the things. You need a restaurant on site. You need heating, cooling, air conditioning. You need, somebody answering the phone.
Right.
But really, those are the hard amenities.
Right.
Helps to have a golf course. It helps to have a nice view. It helps to have
Sure.
the
And
marina
that we
in
do.
the
Wow.
background.
Right here, it's
the
magnificent.
pool. You need a health facility.
Yeah.
So, but that was really all a given. We knew that when we designed the building that we would have all these things.
Sure.
But then really come the service component. There you can answer the phone and you can answer the phone. You can be gruff or you can be friendly.
Right.
And we really ask all of our people to put a smile in their voice, even when they're on the phone, because I think it really does come across. And then it becomes a training issue to really provide the service, no holds barred. I mean, it's not some of the time, it's not about when we feel like it is all the time. And when we leave the heart of the house and we come on stage, we are on stage. And when you are the
This
customer,
is all your folks, Axel. This isn't just Axel,
this-
not just Merrill, who we met earlier.
everybody,
Yeah.
everybody.
Wow.
And we don't have anybody in the hotel on our team that doesn't play a very important role.
Now, how do you know that?
I know that because that's the fact. And that's my background. And when you think about it, there's obviously a lot of people in the hotel that you would never see.
Right.
Let's say the person that cleans the dishes in the back, right? But if the dishes aren't clean, then the culinarian is probably not happy with the dishes.
Right.
Which probably means the server isn't going to be happy with an unhappy culinarian, which
Right.
means the guest.
Yeah.
So there is
Big
certainly
domino
a chain.
effect, yeah.
Absolutely. So we got to make sure that everybody understands they play a critical and vital role in providing the service, and everyone does.
That's tremendous.
And we spend a lot of time on training and talking and making sure
Good.
that everybody's in the loop.
Now, of course, all establishments on the Strand would want that to be the case. Wouldn't they want everyone, the person who's cleaning dishes or cleaning a room? I mean, any hotels on the Strand, aren't they interested in really making sure that's the case?
And
E-
I'm
they're
sure everybody
interested-
does.
Yeah, sure. They just
some do
may
it better
not do it
than others.
to the level that the Marina Inn does. That's wonderful.
But we all at least
Strive.
profess and strive to have good service.
Right.
But it also takes happy employees. And, we make sure that we do a lot of things
To make your employees happy. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How
like
exciting.
last night, we all went bowling.
Oh, is that right? On Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wednesday night, we took some time out and we all went bowling. And it was great fun. I mean, there were not that any
Who
of
was
us
running the show when everyone was out bowling? Yeah,
I guess not everyone went,
here,
but
you tried to get everyone out.
yeah,
That's a great thing. If you do it on a regular basis, you can get everybody in.
So everybody kind of gets to unwind a little bit,
Yeah.
and let down their hair. And,
I would have
So
loved to
it's
have seen that note on the door. We're out bowling.
We're out
Come
bowling.
back soon. Yeah.
Come back at
Your
midnight.
key. That's right. Come back at midnight. That's right.
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
exciting.
that wasn't the case.
No.
So it really all
That is
works
a great
hand in
idea.
hand. Yeah.
Right, right. Of course, we think about it. If viewers have not been here the first time, let's say one of our viewers in the PD coming down 501, they travel, they get to the bypass, they come on up here a little past 82nd, and then coming on over. What is that? To just give them a sense of what they're going to find. You highlighted waterscapes. We're here in Reflections Bar. You've got a beautiful library area, but give viewers a sense of what they're going to see if you were giving them a tour.
Wow. Okay. Well, I got to
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes.
Up
Yeah,
for that
get
one.
back
Okay,
in that. Just as you're driving in the first time, who's going to greet them?
I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story that I tell every one of my employees before they start actually working here. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you drive up to the hotel, I think you'll drive in and you'll see very immaculate gardens and lawns and no dirt on the floor, no paper flowing about.
Right.
And you drive up to the front drive and there's someone there to greet you and welcome you to the Marina Inn. And we offer all sorts of services at that point. Valet parking, certainly. Take your luggage if you have it or if you're checking in. Or if you just need direction to the restaurant, we'll gladly walk you to the restaurant rather than pointing. As you come into the lobby, I hope you really say, wow, this is a special place.
Yeah.
And it is different,
And it is,
perhaps.
right.
And it's a nice addition to Myrtle Beach. And once you've gone through that, come into the Reflections Bar. It's a beautiful bar, open 7 days a week from 5 o'clock. Step out on the balcony. And it's a little dark this morning, but step out on the balcony and you'll see the marina, beautiful boats, and you kind of really know you're at the right spot.
Oh, yeah.
Go downstairs into Waterscapes, beautiful restaurant. We got a great chef.
Oh, yeah.
You're just the most talented individual that you could possibly want. We have great meeting facilities, for a wedding or maybe a big birthday party
Or a gala.
Or a
Right,
gala.
sure.
Or a gala. And we can handle up to 450 people.
Is that right? Great.
Pretty good. There's the poolscape, beautiful to come and lounge around. We have a nice health club. We have the Grand Lawn. We are really next to the waterway, great view. And I really encourage you to go to the concierge if you need anything, but just ask to see some rooms. And
You
we
really
have some
encourage
open
folks to
rooms.
come in.
Absolutely. We'd be happy to show you some rooms.
Right.
And and you can make up your own mind, really, but I think you'll like it.
So a viewer
really
can
will
say, listening right now, if they're with us here on Thursday morning, Axel Suray said, come on in and ask for a room if you've got one, because it is a great experience. And how about the rooms there? You've got, I think I saw, is it 66 rooms and then 100 and some suite? Give viewers just the breakdown there, please.
We have 66 regular guest rooms.
Okay.
And I shouldn't call them regular because they're beautiful. They're about 500 square feet.
That large?
Very large. Each one has a balcony, overlooks either the marina or the waterway.
Right.
Very luxurious bathrooms. I mean, just
now, when you
really
say
nice.
luxurious bathrooms, that means you got a big smile on your face, Axel.
Yeah,
You can't see it now, but what do you mean, luxurious bathrooms?
In the trade, we talk about fixture bathrooms. And these are 5 fixture bathrooms. So,
Okay.
But for most people, that doesn't really mean an awful lot. But these bathrooms have a separate shower with a rain head. They have a bathtub. They obviously have your commode, and then they have double vanities, most of them. And they're very spacious, beautiful offset mirrors in black tile, backlit. I mean, they're just nice.
It's 7 a.m., but I want to get out of here and go check one of
we
those.
got to go and take a look. So really nice. We have 66 of those, great rooms, and then we have the rest are suites, ranging from 1 to 4 bedroom suites.
Wow,
Very
4
spacious.
bedrooms.
Yeah, very spacious. Our suites all have, the 2 bedroom suites, for instance, have 2 individual bathrooms. So, if 2 couples wanted to share, They certainly have their own bathrooms and everything. Huge living rooms, about 1,300 square feet for a 2-bedroom suite. So that's a really
that large. Wow.
Beautiful furnishings.
Bigger than my house. Yeah, yeah.
We have TV, we have DVD players, CD players, radios, internet access, high speed. Really everything.
Now is the time for folks to come on down. It is a little bit of the off season. It's
Absolutely.
not the heat of the summertime. So it would be, if a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, what's the best phone number to call? And do you all have a website? And what would give us a sense of what the rates would be?
Actually, the rates really start at about $125 for right now.
That's all?
So that's a
Wow.
really good deal, and come on down
That's a
and
steal.
spend a little
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And either call us, and now you're asking me my reservation.
I'm sorry.
I
Of
don't
course,
know it
yes,
at the
yes,
top of my
yes.
head.
The 913-1333. I
There
know,
you go.
not to put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Or go to our internet site,
marinainn@granddunes.com. It's
There
a
you go.
beautiful website. I was there this morning, printed off page after page, and there were a lot of phone numbers on there. Absolutely, there were a lot of phone numbers on there. But I think the best one, the 843-913-1333, it says 8121 Amalfi Place. So even though we think about it as right here on the water and the magnificent thing, there is an actual physical address. Yeah, yeah. marinainn@granddunes.com. And of course, the Grand Dunes site has a lot of links to the developer.
Correct.
Burroughs and Chapin, you're obviously the vice president of that company, but also about the history and a little bit of the idea of we were going to make this a magnificent place, and we brought in the guy who is going to take it to that level.
And I'm glad to be a part of the team.
Yeah, yeah. You know, as you think back, and of course for you, having been around to some amazing facilities all over the world, were there things that really stuck out in your mind that you were going to make sure no matter what, if you're going to join a company and you were on the ground floor, there were certain things that were going to have to be there?
Yeah, and there's a lot of these things. And
Yeah.
it's not things that you would really notice, because really what we are trying to do is to some extent, at a minimum, replicate what you might find in your own home.
Right, right.
If you have high-speed internet access and you come here, you wouldn't think of it as special unless it wasn't there.
Right. Good
then
point.
suddenly
Yes,
it becomes like, wow.
Yeah, why don't I have it?
Why don't I have
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So we need to bring all these things to the table.
That's
and
great.
For instance, one of the things where we excel is, and I don't know what you use at home, but in our bed linen, it's 300 count Egyptian cotton, and it's just beautiful.
I don't even know what to think from that. That's obviously a step ahead, above, yeah.
I know you would love it. I know you would love it. And the terry, the same Egyptian terry, is beautiful quality. The amenities in the room, the soaps, the shampoos, are the highest quality level.
Right.
So that's kind of what we bring to it. We kind of break the stay down really into a couple of components. In the end, we really provide an excellent night's sleep in a very clean and very safe environment.
Mm-hmm.
Now all the niceties really help to make that happen. But if you have a good night's sleep and you're woken up in the morning by a friendly voice saying, "Boy, today is XYZ.
Right.
The sun is shining.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach is going to have a great day." Well, you kind of say, "All right, I think I'm at the right spot."
Yeah.
And it really sets you up for the day correctly.
So, and you essentially just summed up the mission statement for the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes. If it was something, that simple aspect, it would be very clean, beautiful, and you will get a good night's sleep. Yeah, yeah.
Cleanliness has to be there.
That's a high. And you see it all throughout, right off of the Reflections bar here. Earlier this week, I popped into the men's room, and it is immaculate in there. And clearly those very nice to dry your hands. Just a top shelf men's room. So, and of course, the fireplace right off of the in the lobby there. It's magnificent. I bet a lot of folks spend some time in there, don't they?
We see a lot of people there. And the funny thing is, especially this time of year, when it's colder. Now, of course, we've enjoyed incredible weather. So, but people come and sit by the fireplace, and we have a big fire pit outside the boat.
Great,
and
good.
As it got colder a couple of nights, we kind of put a big log fire in there, and people are sitting around and having a drink, and sometimes on the weekends we do, we have s'mores and that kind of stuff.
You really want folks to come in by Axel for the first time and just say, "Let me see a room. I want to check it out."
Absolutely. Please, absolutely do come, go to the concierge and have them show you a room and a suite and we'd be happy to do it.
That's fantastic. Those are great words. Axel, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Sorry we've run out of time.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Axel Suray, the Vice President here at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes. Coming up. How do you become a member of the small luxury hotels of the world? How do you step up to that ranking, that very prestigious ranking of a 4-diamond facility by AAA? There's only 3 of them here in Horry County. There's a reason. Didn't you get a sense of that here and give that virtual tour of pulling up the first time and being out here and encouraging you to come check out the rooms, the suites, the magnificent facility here? If you were sitting here looking out of the Reflections Bar, out at the marina, out at the boats out there and seeing the water shine, whether on a dark day, someday, or on a beautiful day like today, it's going to shape up to be just that. Get out here. Take the time. Pick up the phone, 843-913-1333, 843-913-1333, or just get in your car, do exactly what he said. Come on down, check out this amazing facility, Marina Inn at GrandDunes.com, Marina Inn at GrandDunes.com. Learning about so many places, and of course to hear Axel talk about it, growing up in Europe, getting experiences there, spending the years in Asia, and of course even being in our nation's capital. And he and his wife could have been anywhere. They ended up on the Grand Strand right at 2 years ago this month. The excitement for him to see, but the excitement will be for you if you take the time to come visit the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes.